Hey, welcome in. Here it is, today's Strategies for a Living. It is the 24th day of September 2018. I am your guest strategist. That would be Tom Pace, sitting in for David McMillan, who is doing his radio show every night, 5 nights a week, 7 to 8, over there on 710 Keel. So he asked me to sit in for this semester, and we got some approval. So here I am today. Now, who is going to be sitting in the guest chair in a minute is a good friend of mine, and I never know what his title is because he wears so many hats. It's Randy Brown from the Bossier Press Tribune. Let me tell you what a great day this has been. I just came back from the LSU Health Sciences Center auditorium where Governor John Bel Edwards was there, the head of Ochsner, the whole Ochsner group was there. F. King Alexander, who is the head of the LSU board, he was there. You name him. Well, let's see. Jay Darden was there, who is the governor's big guy. So they all came, and Dr. Ghali Ghali, who is the head man over there at LSU Health Sciences Center. It was announced today that the deal is done. It will soon be Ochsner Health Sciences Center at LSU, I think is going to be the title. I still am waiting on an email. But it was announced in a big auditorium there and packed of students, packed with faculty, the media, and what a wonderful day this is going to be for healthcare for Louisiana. It was funny as the final bell was about to toll on the big event that Jay Darden looked up and said these words, "Well, it's nice to know that that there won't be the only O in LSU," meaning it was Coach O, now it's Ochsner. And so that was, and I'm sure that's been tweeted I don't know how many times. So anyway, it was an exciting day. That relationship, partnership starts October the 1st. October the 1st. So there you have it. That's what's happening. We're soon to have Randy Brown here. And until then, I'm Tom Pace. Welcome in to Strategies for Living, live from Bossier Parish Community College Television and Communication Studio, high atop Building D. We'll be right back.
Interested in the world of security and enjoy technology? How about training for a job that combines both? At Bossier Parish Community College, you can begin a career in network security, earn national credentials and certifications, gain valuable internship experience, and train in the fast-growing field of cyber technology. You'll have a support team, small class size, and hands-on learning. At Bossier Parish Community College, we're nationally recognized as a center of academic excellence in information assurance by the Department of Homeland Security and the National Security Agency. To learn more, call us today.
Coast Guard Foundation gave me funds to attend school. During that same time, my wife was pregnant. The foundation's grant allowed us to buy food, diapers, clothing.
Coast Guard Foundation really helps us to keep in touch with our families. They make an impact, and it leaves an impression that you don't forget.
I would like to thank the Coast Guard Foundation for helping out when times were tough.
Because sometimes, even the rescuers need to be rescued. The Coast Guard Foundation, proudly supporting the men and women of the United States Coast Guard and their families. Find out how you can help at rescuetherescuers.org.
And welcome back, Cotter. It's Tom Pace from the Talk of the Town, your guest strategist today on Strategies for Living, sitting in for David McMillan. As I said, the 24th day of September, the day after LSU barely, and God love them, beat Louisiana Tech 38-21. For a while, it looked like they were playing to the level of their opponents, but nothing against Louisiana Tech. But anyway, so LSU won. They're up to number 5 now, and so did the Saints. And Drew Brees set the overall forever NFL pass completion record. Held forever by who, Randy Brown? Who was it?
It was held by...
Come on now.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, the Brettinator, from Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. Mississippi.
And so welcome back.
Actually, he played college ball at Southern Miss.
That's Southern Miss. And oh my gosh, here he is speaking so eloquently, our guest today, Randy Brown, the publisher of the Bossier Press Tribune. What a great institution. What a great newspaper. You've been around over 150 years. How many years?
161 years as of about a week ago.
Really?
Yes.
161,
yes.
And you don't look a day over 45.
Well, sometimes I feel it.
Yeah, but hey, tell us about Bossier Press Tribune now. You know, you were 5 days a week, then you went to a couple of days, and now are you 1 day a week? What are you?
We're 1 day a week. I've been with the newspaper 17 years, and in that time span, we've gone from 2 days a week to 3 days a week to 5 days a week, back to 3 days, and now we're 2 days. Hopefully, very soon, we will be 2 days a week. We are weekly at this point, have been for about the last 5 years.
I will say, and I've known Mr. Randy for so many years, and a great man with Specht, the Specht newspapers, David Specht, the overall man with a vision. And now you moved from a little lease building over there on that road, wherever that road was, to the Villaggio.
Newspaper, when I started there in 2001, was on Viking Drive up near where Cornerstone Daycare and so forth is. About a year and a half ago, we moved out to Villaggio, to the lake house, so we're really enjoying it. We have a close relationship with Bossier Parish Community College here, and it's about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes away, so you can get here real fast, as I just found out.
You did very well. I want you to know, I call him up. I say, Randy, are you on your way? Oh, Tom, I've got to proof these 2 pages. I said, Randy, what's more important, a live show or your 2 pages? I'll be there, Tom. So, and you got here.
You're always very important, but I have to proof the pages before they go to press.
They go to, and that's very important, ladies and gentlemen. What you don't understand about the printed word is that you have the blue line, if you will, that is the final deal.
Yes.
And you were blue lining some of the stuff. Is that right?
You know, we have about 4 sets of eyes that looks at every sentence, every period before it goes out the door. And I'm still not saying that sometimes we don't make a mistake.
Well,
but
it happens.
We have several people looking at it, so it's not just get it done and get it out of here. We try to be very conscientious, very careful with what we do.
Well, you remember Alan Lazarus, who used to work over at the Times, and he was known as the nitpicker. And so his big deal was there, T-H-E-R-E and T-H-E-I-R.
My staff picks at me. I love proofreading. I just do. I always kind of have. Only thing I don't like is proofreading my own stuff. Because sometimes that's the hardest of all. You don't find your own, but other people can find it, and I can find other people's.
Yeah, another set of eyes will do it. Now, Randy.
Exactly.
Strategies for Living is a very unique broadcast, telecast, if you will. We're live on Suddenlink, Channel 12. Right. And we're going to expect a nice little story about Jonathan Elmore and the TV communications department.
Sure.
And also just the fact that what Dave McMillan does, and I happen to be sitting in for him. So we're going to hopefully, maybe in the next month or so, you find time.
Definitely. You got it.
Okay.
We will be glad to.
From his lips to your ears, you heard Randy Brown. Now, the other thing is, Randy, isn't there on your masthead something about in God and country? What is that line?
Yes. Back in 2012, we put right up under our name, our masthead on the front page, Serving God in Our Community. And that's something that we believe in as a staff. That's something that will always be there as long as I'm publisher of this newspaper. I have people ask me about it several times a week, and I'm very proud to tell them. I've even had people challenge me, as I've told you on your radio show before, and say, oh, you can't put that there. Well, yes, we're a private company. We can do what we want to do, and that's what we choose to do, and because that's who we are.
And that being said, and you know there's lots of stuff going on right now just in Benton
Sure.
at Parkway High with challenges being talked about for a logo that is on a football field. That was a contract a year
Benton High
ago.
School, yeah.
Yes, and now it's in for the second year. It was a contract. It had nothing to do with God, country, or anything, correct?
Well, that's exactly right. That broke a couple of Friday afternoons ago, and we in our office were almost immediately outraged. No matter which side you're on, it's just the fact that if you're an advertiser and you have a contract and you pay, your message can say whatever you want it to say.
And so consequently, now it's going to be going before a judge, and 12 members of the Bossier Parish School Board all agreed that, yes, we will fight this.
Yes, we have a story, in fact, on page 1 of this Wednesday's paper, talking about, interviewed John Geist, the school board's attorney, just talking about where it goes forward from here, and it looks like it will be heard before Judge Hicks in the spring of 2019.
That would be Judge Maurice Hicks,
Yes.
Federal judge.
Yes,
And that's going to be a big deal now.
it's going to be a very big deal.
Now,
Yes, sir.
the young man over there at ChristFit Gym,
Billy Weatherall.
Billy Weatherall, I've spoken to Brother Weatherall, and he said, Tom, that is our belief. And of course, he talks about in Philippians. That's part of his belief.
Yes.
The rest of the story is, though, does it seem that Christianity is coming under attack?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
In a lot of different ways. We're being attacked as Christians each and every day. Our Christianity as a whole, as represented by any group, and in some case, even churches and certainly in schools. I had a teacher tell me, I was out at one of our local schools. As you know, I go out and do football on Friday nights, helping out our sports department.
And you
with
shoot
photos.
pictures,
Yes,
don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Had a teacher tell me, I don't want to, of course, mention any names or even say which school, but it was in Bossier Parish, that I want to pray. I want to pray during the what has to now be student-led prayer before the football game. But they tell me I can't.
So let me get this straight. Used to, they could pray before the football game.
Yes.
If it's students leading it, can they pray or not?
A teacher or anyone associated with the school cannot. From what I'm told, they can't even bow their head.
And then I hate to say there's an NFL guy that wants to stomp on the flag and not even acknowledge that the flag exists under our freedom of speech, and yet for those people who died and sacrificed their very lives so that they could have it, he wants to denigrate it.
Yes, that's one good thing about being publisher of the newspaper. I get to write a column each week on the editorial page, and I can just kind of say how I feel. And I've written about the situation with the flag and national anthem several times. I've written about this current situation going on with the Bossier School Board several times. And, you know, people in by far the vast majority support the school board and what's going on. It's just the fact that sometimes a minority or just a few people wind up sometimes controlling what actually is being done for everyone.
A vocal minority,
Yes.
as is said, the squeaky wheel many times gets the grease.
That's very true. That's very true. And we live in America, and people have rights. People have rights to their own belief, their own feelings. But what does the majority want? You know, I wrote just last week, are we under, in some cases, a mob rule or Democrat? Are we still a democracy, so to speak?
That is, and we are, truth in the Constitution, we're technically a republic.
Yes.
And most people don't even know that.
Yes.
They think it's a democracy, but
Yes.
technically it's a
It's a
republic.
republic.
Okay, so now, and I think there's usually a break somewhere around here, so they're going to give me a cue in a minute.
Okay.
But in the meantime, help me understand what is the basic tenet of the Bossier Press Tribune? What do you look for? What do you publish? Is it all about Bossier?
Yes, it is. That's our niche, as we call it.
Okay, I got the break. See, when they do this, that doesn't mean they're fighting. It means break, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, and then whenever we come back, Randy Brown, publisher of the Bossier Press Tribune, will continue to join us live here on Strategies for Living. I'm Tom Pace, your strategist du jour for David McMillan, live from Bossier Parish Community College studio, high top, Building D. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Something's not right.
My first symptoms were
constant tingling in my toes.
my legs, sometimes they'll go numb.
Had double vision. They said you have multiple sclerosis.
Well, the beginning is the hardest time.
Kind of had to get a grasp on reality.
I had to adapt and change very rapidly.
I had to learn how to drive with my hands. Yeah, that was interesting.
I was a dancer. I don't see walking the way I walk any different than doing a dance. It just looks different. It's a different dance.
You see me have an off day, it doesn't take away from who I am.
A symptom may cause you not to be able to do that anymore. And at one point, I wasn't able to do any of those.
But I would exercise every day.
Since I've been cycling, it's definitely helped my walking.
To make a lot of changes in my life and just adapt to it.
I'm going to acknowledge its presence. I'm not going to discount it, but at the same time, I'm going to try my best to not let it stop me.
It's a fantastic opportunity to be working together with a common goal of curing MS, and sharing is the key.
Welcome back. Strategies for Living, live from Bossier Parish Community College television and communications studio, high top, Building D on the third floor, surrounded by just a whole group of television cameras, state of the art. There's Paul over there who's directing the floor, and it has not moved one bit.
I see that.
Did you see that? And so Tom Pace with you from the Talk of the Town, and a special guest today. Here he is, the man behind the Bossier Press Tribune, or as they refer to it, BPT. I thought the BP was some sort of oil company or something.
Well, everything goes by initials these days.
Yeah, so anyway, and so Bossier Press Tribune, now published, and it actually comes out on what day, Randy?
On Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays.
But you blue line like today, Monday.
Yes, we have a press deadline. The vast majority of our circulation is through the mail, so for people to get it on Wednesday, we have to mail it out on Tuesday afternoon.
So that's what that is.
Yes.
One other thing that they have started doing, and so in this technological age, I think I used that word correctly.
You did.
Okay. In this technological age, they are now streaming a lot of things, just like we're doing it today live on my Facebook video feed, Randy.
That's one thing I was going to talk about. We're a community newspaper, and by definition, community newspapers report what's going on in their community. We consider our community Bossier Parish, everything from Plain Dealing all the way down to Elm Grove, and everything from, say, the Red River where Boardwalk is all the way out to Princeton.
But you don't forget Caddo Parish if it involves. Okay.
No, we
You don't forget the Independence Bowl.
We don't, but that's not the majority of our coverage. But no, we certainly don't. We work very closely with the Independence Bowl and several other entities over there for many, many years.
And just the fact that Governor John Bell Edwards was in today announcing the big merger now between Ochsner and LSU Health Sciences Center. Now that's going to affect all of us.
It's going to affect all of us, and that is a story that does affect the whole area. So yes, we are very cautious in looking at those kind of situations, and certainly on something like that, it'll be in the newspaper, it'll be online, it'll be in our coverage.
And then it'll probably be in the printed paper.
It'll be in both, and that's something to, with being just a weekly edition, we have to kind of marry our online, our Facebook, and especially our website with what's going on. We update our website about 4 times a day. So that's more breaking news, stuff that's happening, and that's what we do. And then we back it up with the print edition a lot of times.
Oh, I think I dropped a set out of my ring. I don't know. No, I think I'm okay there.
Okay.
All right. Now, so the other thing is, and you talked about this, is not the whole communications. Now, you and I are longtime people in terms of communications and journalism.
Sure.
Way back when there was type and writer things that you did not have the things that you have today, and you actually had letters on keys, and there was an old platen roll, and you did that. Today, you now have so many disposal items of electronic nature at your command that you have what? Twitter, Facebook, what do you have?
Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, those are the main ones.
Do you have Instagram?
Instagram. We mainly focus on Facebook just because that was kind of the first ones out there. And we get messages all during the day from things that we've posted on our Facebook page. And people expect a pretty immediate response. So we have to monitor it pretty closely. You know, I talked about community newspapers. Community newspapers report what's going on with your football teams, your schools, your garden clubs, your community organizations, as opposed to, say, national news. And you know, sometimes a story will happen that it's so big that, yes, we do report it even though we're a community
Well, you
newspaper.
cover Congressman Mike Johnson,
one of our
and you're
very good
also
friends.
big, strong advocates. Bossier PD, Bossier Sheriff's Department, the city marshal. And so consequently, you have your finger on the pulse of what's happening in Bossier. So
We
now
do.
I'm going to...
The growth in the newspaper industry has been with community newspapers, the big, what I call 24/7 mega newspapers.
USA Today.
Yes, and I don't want to call it, yes, you said it, but it just, the major metro newspapers have kind of had a bit of a problem in that now with the instant news cycle, you can go and turn on your television or what have you and get instantly updated.
That's right.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
But it's not always accurate.
Exactly.
They will say this is a breaking story, and then they use these words. It's fluid. I want to know if it's brake fluid, transmission fluid, what kind of fluid?
Sometimes there's such a rush to get it out there that sometimes maybe facts aren't checked like they should be. Everyone wants to be the person or the entity or the
To get it
news
first.
media that broke it,
Yeah.
that broke the story.
Now let's kind of look over here to the future for Bossier Parish Community College here and Bossier Press Tribune, because you have a hand-in-glove relationship.
We've worked very closely with several different divisions and schools out within the community college. Worked very closely with the media department here.
Tracy McGill.
Yes. Worked formerly very closely with Larry Powell and Denise Cummins when they were running the
I knew
telecommunications
brother
department years ago.
Larry, bless his heart.
I haven't been up here since probably this was pretty much first built here. But it's a pleasure to be here today, and I had kind of forgotten what an amazing studio, what an amazing facility.
Isn't this great?
Yes.
Wait
it's
till your
awesome.
story comes out. You'll really
There
be
you
able
go.
to
There you go.
write something. Now,
There you go.
so if you were to look at what's happening today across the United States, would you say that what we are in here is a microcosm of what might be occurring in the United States, liberties and things of this nature?
Yes, definitely. I would.
Okay.
Would you? Is that the way you feel too? I'm not trying to turn it around.
No, that's fine. And Tom feels the same way. In fact, I just got 2. That means it's not like double mint gum, 2 mints in one.
Right.
It means we got 2 minutes. So
Right.
let us wrap this up.
Okay.
I'm going to let you take it home, Stan.
Okay.
Tell them what you want them to know about Bossier Press Tribune. Your circulation probably one of the biggest in our area.
It is. We're, again, a community newspaper. We cover Bossier Parish from top to bottom. We are very proud to be doing what we're doing. I love going out to, say, the football games on Friday nights. I have people stop me and talk to me. They realize they've seen my picture in the paper. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything.
No, but it's
they
fact.
know who I am, so they stop me and they want to talk. Well, I love that. I love that. And we're in touch with what's going on, as you said a while ago, the pulse of this community. And as the beacon, as the news source for Bossier Parish, as we like to call ourselves, we really want to stay in touch with what's happening.
Okay, let me ask real quickly some of the key players.
Sure.
Russell Hedges.
Russell is our sports editor, son of longtime Caddo Parish Captain Tree Coach Lee Hedges.
Right, and then you have...
Today's his birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday. Let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Russell Hedges. Happy birthday to you. And that's a wrap.
There you go.
Okay, thanks so much. Strategies for Living, Tom Pace. We'll see you back next Monday.